video on this residue from the fried Stilton that I did. That I extracted the oil out of. So what we're calling it, don't know. But it was like this cheesy Stilton residue. And I was kind of thinking, what other uses are there for it? So I was kind of thinking maybe we could use it in kind of like a stock type of thing, as like a umami kind of flavour type of thing. So I've got some stock. If this works, I'll make a risotto. But I've got some stock. Well, it's kind of stock. It's the like the jelly from rendering some beef fat, beef tallow. So it's the jelly that collects at the bottom when you render the fat from fat of an animal. So it's a stock-ish. So let's see if, and I've finally grated some of that into like a powder. Let's see how it flavours it. But it's quite a gelatinous stock, and I'm going to use it to make a risotto, even if this doesn't kind of flavour that. So let's taste this first. Alright, you know, it tastes a bit like bone broth. So there's 20 grams there. So if that's 20 grams, that's about, each one of those about 5 grams, aren't they? Ish. More on there. It's about 5 grams. So let's put, I don't know how much there is in there. I really should have an estimate, shouldn't I? Do you know, this is why I've always got too much washing up. So let's just turn that down. Let's see how many milliliters are in this. Off camera. So about 300 milliliters in that. So let's put in 5 grams and melt it in, and we'll see what happens. It might kind of, I don't know what it'll do, but it might be like a bit of a umami type of stock type of thing. But if it's a little bit cheesy, it's fine, because I'm going to use this. I'll end up using this stock in a what we call it, in a risotto. So, and I was kind of thinking anyway that we really should try that in a risotto. So it's going to be a bit of a 2-for-1 video. Not much flavour in that. A little bit of Stilton flavour. Let's put in 10 grams. And we'll see what happens. And then potentially we've got like a cheesy umami stock, which will work well in a risotto and would work well in polenta and all those type of good things. Yeah, so it's a little bit Stilton-y, a little bit, but it's that umami more than anything. So I think that's going to work really well in a risotto. I think it's going to work really well. It's lost that hard Stilton edge, so it's not going to be like a Stilton risotto. It's going to be like a cheesy umami flavour in the risotto. Right, so I've got 2 onions, 2 red onions, because that's what I've got in the house. So, and I fried them in a little bit of butter, and then that can go over there just for a minute. So we need to turn that up, and then I've got, it's just this, I'm not, for a change, I've actually bought some risotto arborio rice in the supermarket. I don't normally bother. I normally use any old rice that I've got and can pretend that it's a risotto, because I think, you know, just because people want you to use risotto rice, I think originally it would have been any old rice that people had got their hands on. So 2 onions sweated in butter, and then 200 grams worth of rice. It's about 75 grams per portion. I've been out swimming, so I'm eating it all. So that's 200 grams, so that's 2 generous portions or 1 extremely greedy person on a Sunday night. So I'm just toast the rice. I'm going to coat the rice in that butter for a minute, and then we'll certainly need that stock on the back as well. So we can start melting that, and we'll make a risotto properly. But I won't do it all on camera. And then I think we'll add that at the end as well. So it might just save us adding some Italian hard cheese. So start that off. Stock in. Cheesy, stocky, umami stocky. And then as it cooks and as it absorbs, we'll add a bit more stock and add a bit more stock and add a bit more stock. But you don't need to see that because this isn't a video making risotto, is it? It's a video about that. So, carry on cooking. Where's my ladle? I'll do a bit of washing up, and we're back when something is happening with the risotto. We have cooked, we have seasoned with salt and pepper, and we've added stock. So I've got some stock left, so I haven't taken all that stock. So, should have cooked more than that, to be honest. Is it ready? Yes. There's just a little bit of chew left in the rice. So that's really nice, is that? I mean, it's got butter in it, so that's going to make it delicious anyway. And I've seasoned with salt and pepper. And there's certainly something else there as a background flavour. And it's that. It's that. So let's put all that in and stir it in, and then use that as the cheesy, seasoning, stocky element, and see how it turns out. It's probably a little bit thicker than I would have liked, but it doesn't matter. That's really good. That's really good. So we can use it as a cheesy seasoning and not overly powerfully cheesy seasoning. That's nice, isn't that? That's really nice. You wouldn't know it was Stilton residue, whatever. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Stilton Umami. But that's what we call it. But that's remarkably good. That's remarkably good, and it doesn't taste. If you'd have put fresh Stilton in, it would have tasted of like an overpowering kind of Stilton, but it hasn't got that overpowering kind of flavour of Stilton to it. It's got a slight cheesiness, but picked up on the umami of the Stilton as well. So there we go. And I'm saying umami too many times. That's delicious. So I'm going to enjoy that for my dinner. And we know that because we can turn it into a stock, and I've had it in the freezer, so I'm just going to stick it back in the freezer. So I don't know how long it'll last out of the fridge, but if we can use it in a risotto, if we can use it in a stock, then we can use it in polenta, we can use it in any kind of other savoury rice dish, couscous, anything where you'd put a bit of cheese in or want a bit of umami, you'd be able to use that. So therefore, a success.